Welcome back to justlaravel.com. I'm back with another video. Here, in this video, I'm going to tell you how to consume a Laravel API with passport authentication in a standalone Angular app. Basically, I have created an API in Laravel in the previous tutorial, which I also include passport authentication to it. So, I'll consume that API here in this Angular standalone app. You can also consume this API in standalone front-end applications like Angular and Vue. I have already made a tutorial on Vue, so that API can be consumed in Vue. I will post the links in the description. So this is the video on Angular. So let's get started.
So I'm in my folder here. So first, to run any Angular app, we need to check whether Angular is installed in your system or not. For installing Angular, we can install Angular by using this command, by running npm install -g is for global @Angular, and we will install the Angular CLI. So this command installs us the Angular CLI for us. I already have this Angular CLI, so I'm not going to do that. So if you don't have Angular in your system, please install Angular by using that command. So now I'll directly create a new Angular application. We can create an Angular application by using ng-new. We can say ng-new, and we can give the application name. I'm going to say this as Angular consumer. Angular consumer tutorial. So when I run this command, it will create a new Angular application for us. So it will ask me for some default questions. Would you like to add Angular routing? I'll just say no, because it's just a basic application. It's just a basic application. I'll also select CSS. I don't need any extra styling. This is just a basic application. This is not an Angular tutorial. Here I'll just tell you how to consume an API created in Laravel in Angular application. We'll have minimum style. We'll just I'm going to just concentrate on how to connect to the API, get the details, such things. So it's installing the packages. So all the packages have been successfully installed. You can see the message here. Packages have been installed successfully. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this project in my Sublime text editor. First I need to go to the directory, that is Angular consumer tutorial. So I'm going to open that in Sublime text editor. So this is the default Angular directory structure. So here, these are all the folders and files, which most of them I am not going to touch any of these. These are all the basic settings files like angular.json for running the ng-serve, ng-build and all such command instructions will be here. And this package.json is responsible for all the packages which are just installed. And these are all the configurations. I don't change any of this. I'll just concentrate on this folder source, and that too on this folder app. This is a component. This is a simple app. That's why we are having one component. If you are developing complex Angular app, you will see many folders here. For each application, we can create each component. We can treat component as a controller, just like in Laravel we'll have different controllers for different things. Similarly, we'll have a components here. So I'm going to work on this component, default component, and these are the files which are given. By default, this app.component.ts will be called. So here, this is the HTML file, this is the CSS file, and here we will write the logic for calling the API, getting the details. First, we need to authenticate the API, get the sign-in details, get the access token, and then use the access token to get the user details. So for that, first I need to create a service which connects to the API, and then I can subscribe to the service so that I can get the results so that I can communicate with that API. So let's do that. So now I'll create a service, or you can create a service in Angular using ng generate. Just like we have used PHP artisan make controller, PHP artisan make model. Here there's a command called ng. We use ng generate, and I'm going to generate a service, and that service name is users. So it will ask me for analytics. I'll just say no. So it has created me two files, service.ts and service.spec.ts. We're not going to use this spec.ts. This is just for a test, and this is the main file which we use to connect to the API. So this is the basic service, and here in this service I write two methods. One is to get authenticated with the API, and another one is to get the users from the API. So the first method will be get authentication. So the method is public get access. So this is the method, first method, and the second method would be get users. So these are the two methods I'm going to create. So here in this access method, we will connect to the API. So before that, I will just show you the actual application. So this is the actual application here. I have written a blog article on that. So with the API which we are going to use is this one. I have created an API in the previous tutorials, Laravel API. So in that API we need to register. Here this is a tutorial on creating the Laravel API. So here I will this is the demo where I can register and get credentials to the API. So this is the API. First I need to register here. I'll give a name as some test name. And password I'll give something. So first I need to copy this email and this passwords. I'll click on register here. So I will just so this is the message, this is the client secret, and this is the client ID. I also need to copy these two. This using this we can use it in our application here, and I will comment this too. So this is the email, this is the password, and this is the client secret and client ID which you got from the API here. So we got the API credentials, we have registered, so now we can access the API. So for that, first in this access URL, first I need to specify the URL. So this is the API URL which we need to connect, which I will connect to this API. And before for doing any connections like interacting to any applications, APIs or other websites, we need to have some client, HTTP client. So first I also need to import that. That will be in Angular core. From Angular core or Angular common, I will import HTTP client, and also later we use the HTTP header, and also we use some other HTTP params. So I will import all of them at once. I will import so I also need to pass that HTTP client to the constructor. So I need to pass some parameters. As I said, these are the parameters. So I'll create some params. So I have created some params. I have initialized HTTP params object. So I need to pass some values to that. params dot set. I need to set few values. The first one is the client ID. And the client ID is this one which we just got, 377. Similarly, we pass the client secret. This is the client secret. Next, we need to set the grant type. As we are using password for registration here, I'll just set the grant type as password. And the email, now we set this grant type as password, and now we'll get the email and password. And finally, we need to set the scope. So scope is star, that means scope is star, the value will be star. And finally, I need to return, that means I need to call the URL. Return means I need to call the URL, and that URL will return me something. That URL in the sense API endpoint, that will return me something, and that return will be stored in this get access. When we call this get access function, the value returned from the API will be stored. So that's why we are using return here. This dot, the variable we have given for HTTP client. This dot HTTP client, and copy this dot, and here the variable which are given for HTTP client, copy that. This dot HTTP client dot post, the method is post, and we'll call a URL here. So this is the URL auth/token, and the main URL is this. We'll go to demos.jestlaravel.com/integrate passport laravel API/auth/token, and we are passing some parameters to it. Those parameters are this client ID, client secret, username, password, and all such things. So whenever we call this get access method, it will return us this. It will call us this this endpoint, and this endpoint will return us an access token. Using that access token, we can get the users, because we need to authenticate an API. Without authentication, we are not going to get the users. So this is the service. This is one of the method in the service. So here in this main component, I need to subscribe to that service. So similarly, if in the previous tutorial I told about how to integrate this Angular API in Vue.js. So in Vue there is some function called mount. That means whenever this application is loaded or this component is loaded, it will call. Similarly, we'll have a similar function in Angular called ng-on-init. So on init, I'll call this. I will create a function to So here in ng-on-it, I'll create a function which will subscribe to this service method get access. So ng-on-init. So ng-on-init, I'll call this dot get authentication. So this method is not yet created. I'll just create it now. So syntax will be get authentication. So we are not going to return anything. I'm just going to subscribe to service. So I'll just call it void, which we don't need this. So I'll just call it void. So in the constructor, we need to tell that we are consuming this user service. Similarly, as we have given constructor that about this. Similarly, like in this service, in this component also we need to have constructor, and in that constructor we need to tell that we are going to use that user service. So this will be different here. So this will be user service, and we need to import that user service here. This user service from, I need to give the path to that user service here now. So guys, here I have imported this user service. So now in this get authentication method, or this dot user service dot get access dot subscribe dot subscribe. So what happens here? This result, what we will get, that will be stored here, and I will store that in this dot access token, as we get access token from that URL equal to result. This is a variable. This is the variable which are given here. So we have to use the same thing here. Result dot. We'll get the access token here. We'll get the access token. I'll store in this access token variable. It is showing some error because we have not initialized this variable. So I'll just need to declare this variable here. This is the access token. Actually, we don't need this variable at all. I'm just going to remove that. So this is the access token, and after we know a dot here. So after getting this access token, I will call the get users. I will create another method for here for getting the users. In that we'll call the API to get the users. So after getting this access token, I'll call this dot get users. So I'll create that get users method now. So here in this get users method, we need to pass a parameter. Actually, to get the users, we need to get the access token. That access token, we can pass this access token directly here, but as I have declared it globally, I'll pass just the variable here, access token. And I'll similarly I'll subscribe to the other service here, get users service. So I subscribe to this dot users, this user service of get users here. In this service, I'll define the authentication. I will define the API call to the endpoint API call to get the users. So after that, I will store the result in this dot data. So I also need to define the data, and also here I will just define the data as an object. So now I'll go to this user service and we'll create a API call to the actual. And make API call to get the actual users. Use the parameter which is passed here from this component. I'm going to use that, and I'll pass this access token as an authorization header as a bearer. So this is, I'll pass as the header, the authorization header. The bearer will be the access token. So after passing the header, I'll just call the root. This would be get root. Instead of post, this would be get, and also I need to tell what type of data I'm going to get. So I'll create a class for it, basic class. I will name a new file, and I will save it as user.ts, something like that. So this is a file, and I'll just link to that here. This is the user, this is how we pass, this is the get root, and this is the root, and this is the type of data we are expecting. I also need to import that here, and I also need to import that in the top. I call this API root. I call this API endpoint. It will return us the users, and that users will be stored in this variable data. And the final thing is we need to show the data in a table. As I said, this component HTML is this file, app.component.html. The template URL, I'll go to this. I'm not going to make any styles, so I'll just remove everything. I'll just have a basic table. And I'll give some table heading, table rows, and I'll just display all the data. And one more thing I forgot here is here we need to, in this user.ts, we need to tell what type of data we are expecting. We are expecting an username and an email. That's it. Name and email and an ID, of course. So I also need to define that. ng4 is a directory which we can use to loop the items. We are looping the items of data, and this data is coming from here. Here we are using this. We are storing the results. Here I'm storing the results in this variable data. So I'm just looping the details of this data and showing the ID, name, and email. So as we are expecting ID, name, and email from the API. save that. So here this is the complete thing. There are 3 basic steps. Of course, you need to register to the API here and get these credentials. After getting these credentials, you need to authenticate to the API using these credentials. If we give some wrong credentials, we are not going to get this access token. It will check all these credentials and will give us this access token. And using this access token, basically we'll call that authentication here. It will call to that user's service and it will subscribe and it will return us this access token. And this access token is passed to the get users service here. It will return us the data, and this get user service will call the API. And it here in this method will return the data, and this data can be accessed in this HTML file because all these are linked. This is the HTML file for this is the CSS file for this, and this is the component file for this. So here in this HTML file, I have written this. I have looped the ng4 items, and I will just have used ng4 directive and looped the items, data items, and using this interpolation brackets, that is syntax, similar syntax we use in Blade, even Laravel Blade. So we use that syntax and call this name, ID, and email. And also in app module.ts, I need to tell what are the modules I'm using. Here I use HTTP client module, and I need to use this HTTP client module, and also I need to import that module here. That would be from Angular Common as well. So that's it. I hope everything is set up. Let me just run this and see now. I go to the terminal. For running this Angular there is a command called ng-serve. All these commands, we can also change these commands to what we want. All this will be set in this angular.json file. There will be commands for ng-serve, ng-build, and hopefully it should run at port 4200, and we should be able to see the data. I'll go to the browser now. We have successfully connected a Laravel API which is protected with Passport and consume that in our Angular app. So that's how we do this. And also already all the code is provided in the GitHub.
Hope you liked the video, guys. If you like it, please consider subscribing to my channel justlaravel.com. I also provide all the links to the code, the GitHub code, and also original blog posts in the description. So make sure you look at the description below. Also feel free to share this video with your friends. Give it a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more videos from justlaravel.com. See you in the next video. Bye bye.